This afternoon we're going to talk about mops. I know, does it get much better than this? I don't know. But they are a really, really important feature of home life if you're a mum or a grandma. We would use the mop every day, every second day perhaps. And if you've got upper limb problems, if you've got hand, wrist, elbow or shoulder problems, mopping is a really, really difficult task. So prior to my surgery, this was my favourite mop. I used to love the cotton head mop on the old pole. However, after I had my surgery, I just found that this was way too heavy. It was really, really difficult to put it in the bucket and then wring out. Like I just couldn't pull up on the pole to get the water out of the mop, and pushing this mop was really, really difficult. So I had to find an alternative, and these are what I've come up with. My next foray into mopping was with the Norwex mop. My sister-in-law had a party, so you know how it goes, you have to buy something, and this is what I got. Now this is actually good because it's very lightweight. The pole on it is a little bit flexy but not too flexy, and that is actually a problem that I see with it, but we'll discuss that in a minute. This is really easy to put on and put off, so it's just a Velcro attachment. It's light and you actually don't need a bucket with this mop. So what you do is splash some water on the floor and then use the mop to run over the floor and clean up the water, and just keep throwing water on the floor as you're going. So that's really effective. You can do it one-handed. You don't need a lot of pressure on it. The thing I didn't like about this mop though was I sort of couldn't get my head around the fact that I'd mopped all of my downstairs tile area with just the one mat without rinsing it out and cleaning it. That just didn't sit well with me. I will use this as a short-term solution. So if I need to just quickly run over the kitchen, I'll use this because it's fast and easy. It doesn't need a bucket, it's lightweight, and this just pops off and goes in the washing machine, so that's really easy. However, I still feel that you need a real mop and bucket to use once a fortnight, once a week, once a month. You choose what suits you and your lifestyle, but I just didn't feel that this cleaned the floor well enough to use continuously for the whole time, and I felt that I needed something more. So my next solution was one of these, which I got from Howard Storage World. This is my preferred choice of mop. I really like this one and it's been really good for me. Again, very lightweight, even more lightweight than the Norwex one. It weighs hardly anything, this mop. That head detaches easily and you can pop that in the washing machine. The pole on this one is really bendy, so it's actually got some flex in it. I don't know if you can see that, but as I push, you can see that it flexes in the middle. And that's a really good feature. When you're mopping, you actually get a jarring up through your arms, and I didn't realise it before I had sore hands and wrists, but that's actually quite jarring. So that movement when you've got water on the floor is actually quite difficult, whereas with this mop, because it's got that flex and that bend in it, it actually moves with you and it doesn't jar up through your hands. It's awesome. So this I found really, really effective. In association with this, I bought a bucket. So that is the bucket that comes with the mop. It's a White Magic microfiber spin mop. There you go. This is really awesome as well. As you can see, that's a really lightweight bucket. For me, it takes 3 jugs of boiling water. That's what I put in there to mop my floors. So that's not a great deal of water. I think it's probably 3 litres, so it's probably 3 kilos. So the whole thing with water is probably 3.5 kilos, which is great. That's a really good weight. The other thing I really like about this bucket is how easy it is to wring this mop out. So wet mop or mop full of water into the spinny part of the bucket, and then all you do is hold it there. You hardly need to apply any pressure, and just put down with your foot. That spins the wringer and your mop comes out dry. It's just awesome. It's so light and it's so easy, and it wrings so well that you don't need to apply much force, so you don't have any pain. It's great. The other thing I really like about it is that I can move it with my foot, so I don't even have to lift it. I can push it along the floor to get it from one position to the other without having to actually lift the bucket at all. And that's awesome as well. And this will spin the mop dry enough for me to take the mop upstairs and I've got an ensuite, a bathroom and a toilet upstairs, so I can just quickly run over them, come back down, rinse them off and go over them again without actually having to take the bucket upstairs, which is another added bonus. So for me, the features that I'm looking for when I'm looking for a mop is something that will do a good job, obviously, something that's lightweight, something that is easily washable, you know, the head comes off easily to wash, something with a bendy pole. I've really found that the fact that this pole bends makes it so much easier to use, and that's been really, really helpful for me. A bucket that's really light, that doesn't need too much water, and that allows you to wring your mop without having to pull to get the water out. Okay, so this one you just hold it there basically and spin, so that's awesome. So those are my features for mopping the floor. I know it's not a very exciting topic, but it is a very practical one, and I hope you've got something out of it. Thanks for watching. Bye.